Hello, my friends. It's Nancy Vastine, and I went to Walmart this afternoon, and I found these are the little 80-page college rule composition books for 67 cents. I did see the ones that Pink Poodle Crafter got. Hers, they were 87 cents. I did see those, but I chose to buy these for 67 cents. So I got 6 of them. But I also went down the aisle where they sell the tulip tie-dye stuff and all that, and the Rit dye and all that stuff. Now, years ago, I know when we used to buy Rit dye in box packages in the powder form. My mom used to buy them, and I've seen them in the grocery stores. But however, I didn't see them with the Rit liquid dye that they have for tie-dye shirts. So I don't know if you can still get the boxes of powder or not. But I did find this, and it's a fabric dye, and it's bright pink, and it's powdery. So we are going to do an experiment here, and this I think cost me $2 and something, but look how much I got in that. I got 1.76 ounces. Look how huge that is in powder. So what we're going to do, I'm going to move these off the side. I got me some, and this is Prima watercolor paper. They have it in this, I'll show you. I think I've showed you guys before, but they have it in that kind of a, it's A4, it's Jamie Daughtry, so it's not Prima, it's Jamie Daughtry water paper, so you can put your stamps on there and water paint them. All of her beautiful stamps, which I have all those. Anyway, yeah, let me put this back, or it'll end up on the floor and never get put back where it's supposed to go. Because I'm kind of lazy that way, and I need to get over that. So, what we're going to do, I have these little e-bottles, and they have a hole in them, and you can... So, what we're going to do together is we are going to open this up and try to put some of this powder form it says fill bowl, stainless steel sink with 1 gallon of steaming hot water. Stir in 1/4 a cup of tablespoon salt. Pour in dye packet and stir until dissolved. Submerge fabric in dye mixture. Stir continually for 45 minutes. Rinse fabric in cold water. Machine wash warm, dry per laundry instructions. Most vibrant on fibers such as 100% cotton. Well, we're going to try it on paper because that's what we're going to do. And it didn't open all the way, which is great for me because I'm just going to cut open a little corner here and see if I can get this package open just a little bit. And pour some of this powder in here. And maybe we will have some homemade Brusho. And maybe we won't, but it's going to be an experiment. And I'm pouring it all over my desk, which is okay. Alright, that's all I'm going to do for right now. And I will fix that later. Let's see what happens when we put a wet wipe on that stuff on the table. what it does when it gets wet. Aha. I think you guys have found your cheap Brushos. They had a whole array of colors of this at Walmart in where they tie-dye the fabric, and they have all the Tulip. This is put out by Tulip, and they have all the paints and everything there. So let's get started here. I can hardly wait to see what happens when we put water with it. If we get the same effect as we did with Brusho. Now this is hot. What color is this? It's pink. I know it's pretty pink. I don't know what color it is. What color is it? Bright pink. It's bright pink. Oh, we're fading out. It's bright pink. That's what color it is. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry we're fading out. Let me put my hands there. Okay. Now, I think because it has a hole in it, it's going to pour out. We are going to experiment. I'm so excited. Let's see what happens when we put some water. Oh, I see it. I see it on there. You guys, you can make your own homemade DIY Brushos. Let's look. I think the hole needs to be punched a little bit bigger in here. I think it needs to be, but look what it's doing. Stacy, don't go buy any more Brushos. Go buy these $2 and something cent tie-dye things, and you'll get your bright pink. Yeah, I can't get it to come out that hole. They are a little, I'll have to maybe cut the top off it a little bit. I'll work on this hole, but in the meantime, let's do this. Looky there. Okay, Stacy, you had a good idea about that tie-dye stuff. I would have never thought of it. But that's pretty cool, because look what it's doing on this page. I sprinkled quite a bit of it out there, those crystals. Look at that. Look at that. These crystals I gotta get. They're not as fine crystals as Brushos are, but look at that. It's the same dang concept. Same concept. And maybe if you use a little hot water or a little warm water, they would work even better. But they had blues and browns and all kinds of colors, but oh, I wanted to get this pink for Stacy. Oh man, that is so cool. It's really, really cool. I don't know what it's going to look like when it's dry. I need to get that hole a little bit bigger in that bottle. I didn't put any paper towels down. But now we can DIY our own Brushos. But I'm interested in getting these granules more dissolved. I'm going to have a pink finger. Ho ho yay yay. If I'd have found some RIT powdered dye, I would have bought some of that. But I think this is the same dang product, if I do say myself. If I do say so myself, I do believe this is the same product, and it's permanent when it dries. It's not going to move when you put other things on top of it. But I want to dry it up and see where it's going to go. I can't get those granules dissolved on the paper, but let's see what it's going to do when it's dried up here. They've turned crystallized. But I bet you if you used warm water, like it says on the instructions, hot water, let's see what this looks like when it's dry. I'll get the blow gun going. I'm going to run it a little bit. But anyway, Stacy, there's your hot pink. Okay. Now, the only thing I don't like about it is you don't get those bursts like you do with Brushos. But you still have a nice colored page. And also, you could probably dissolve that, make sprays out of it by dissolving it in hot water in a spray bottle. And you would make your own spray dyes. Yeah, that would be permanent. But let's try it again. I'm going to see if I just, I don't know. Let me try my awl. My awl. Make this hole a little bit bigger. See if we can maybe do it from the other side. Because these are for e-cigarettes. They've got a thing in here. Hang on. I got another bottle. Hang on a minute. I'm going to go get it. Okay. I got these kind of bottles. And they don't have that little cross thing in the bottom, and then you just cut the top of them off. Let's do that. Let's experiment. Are you up for an experiment, guys? I am. Let's just cut that off. Maybe a little bit more. Yep. I think that might work. And we'll do some scientific pouring into our bottle here. I can see all the other pigments in, like Brushos have different pigments in their powder. I can see that in here. And I want to see if we get the burst when we put it on the paper. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit. Put that away. Put my awl away. Put my scissors away. Get a space here to get another piece of paper. I'll use that pink piece of paper for sure for something. But I want to see if we get bursts. You know, like the Brushos did. The little starbursts. And I'm just going to use these same paper towels even though they're wet. Don't matter. Okay. Let's try it again. We'll put some water on here. See if we can just sprinkle some out. Oh yeah, look, it works a lot better. Didn't want to do that. Don't squeeze it. You just want to sprinkle little bits. Little bits, and you get the bursts. See? You get the bursts. How cool is that, guys? DIY Brushos. You can't say that, though. You'll get in trouble. They've got a patent on their name. So we have to think of a different name. Powdered, DIY powdered color. How cool is this? I'm loving it, guys. For $2 and something. It wasn't over $3. And you get this whole bag. Now, what I was noticing in when Stacy mentioned the bottles of tie-dye, I looked and they're not putting the powder in the bottom of the bottles anymore. At least this brand, a tie-dye brand is. And I don't know about Tulip or whatever else. But I tipped the box over and they're all in packets on the bottom. And for 6 bottles of, I think 6 was like $21 and something. Well, if you're going to pay $21 and something for that, you might as well just buy Brushos and already get them in there because you're not far away from the price of a box of 6 or 8 of those. So then I went and I saw these hanging up next to them and I thought, uh-huh. And look how much, I mean, look how much you get in there. It's just packed in there. So you could use it to make sprays. You can put it in bottles like this to make your Brushos, your watercolor, whatever, Brusho type DIY Brushos. And yeah. So I'm really liking this page. I want to sop some of this up, this pooling a little bit. but I want to leave this page as is. I am loving it, and I am, you know what, I'm just so glad that it turned out, that it worked. Yay for me! And thanks, Stacy, for the idea when you talked about getting it. For those who can't afford the Brushos, this is a cheap way to go to get your own without having to deal with paying all that money. I paid like 60, I don't know, probably more than that. I paid 60 probably something for the 25 pack. 24, is it 24? And then I don't know how much I paid for the other 8. And so I paid quite a bit of money for the Brushos, and if I'd have known that, I could have just gone and got these and just been as happy. Put them in little pods, little bottles with your holes. Oops. You know, put a hole in your bottles. I don't know how much these bottles are, but they're not that expensive. I think you get 4 or 6 in a package for like $3. So there you go. You got your little Brushos, and you got your lid to keep it, and you got a hole in it so you can sprinkle it on. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my experiment here, and I hope y'all go get some because it's really fun to do these backgrounds like this. Really is. Alright, talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.